Welcome back to another exciting episode on our channel where we dive deep into the fascinating world of numismatics. If you're passionate about coins or just getting started in the hobby, you're in the right place. First up, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of U.S. nickels with a special spotlight on the 1963 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel. If you've been holding on to one of these, or you're lucky enough to find it in your collection, you might be wondering about its current value in today's collector market. Is it worth more than 5 cents? Well, stick around as we uncover the historical significance, design details, and most importantly the market value of this classic Jefferson nickel in very fine condition. Before we get into the specific value of the 1963 with D mint mark nickel, let's talk a little bit about the history of the Jefferson nickel. Introduced in 1938, the Jefferson nickel replaced the Buffalo nickel, and it features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse. The reverse shows his famous home, Monticello. The design was the work of German-American sculptor Felix Schlag, and it has been a cornerstone of American pocket change ever since. This specific nickel, the 1963 with D mint mark, was minted in Denver, Colorado during the final years of the classic pre-1964 coinage era, right before the U.S. shifted its coin compositions due to rising metal costs. 1963 was a pivotal year in history, marked by significant changes in both politics and culture, making this coin a snapshot of a transformative time. But what makes this coin interesting to collectors today is that even though it was mass-produced, finding one in very fine condition, with minimal wear and sharp details, is becoming rarer as time goes on. So let's break down what very fine condition means for this coin. Coins are graded based on their condition, ranging from poor all the way up to mint state. For the 1963 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel, a coin in very fine condition would show clear signs of wear, especially on Jefferson's hair and the Monticello building on the reverse. However, in a VF-grade coin, most of the major details, like Jefferson's facial features and the windows on Monticello, are still visible. There's wear, but it's excessive. Coins in this grade are considered collectible, especially as they age and fewer examples in better condition remain in circulation. Now, let's talk about the big question on everyone's mind: what is this coin worth today? The value of a 1963 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel in very fine condition depends on several factors, including its demand among collectors, overall rarity, and current market trends. In recent years, the collector market for mid-20th century Jefferson nickels has been steadily increasing. This coin might be as valuable as a rare silver coin or a major era coin. It still holds a respectable place among U.S. coin collectors. So how much is the 1963 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel worth today in very fine condition? As of today, its value typically ranges $188,000 in very fine condition. It may seem like a fortune. This is a significant jump from its original face value of 5 cents. It's also worth noting that if you have one in higher grades, such as extremely fine or uncirculated, the value can rise to several dollars, with pristine mint state coins fetching even more. But what really matters here is the story behind the coin. It's not just about the money. Owning a 1963 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel is like holding a piece of history in your hands. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced collector, this coin is a beautiful reminder of America's numismatic past. Before we wrap up, here are a few quick tips if you're collecting Jefferson nickels, especially the 1963 with D mint mark. First, always handle your coins carefully, preferably with gloves or by the edges to avoid fingerprints and oils from your hands. Second, store them in a cool, dry place, ideally in protective coin holders or albums. This will help preserve their condition and value over time. So, there you have it, an in-depth look at the 1963 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel and its place in today's coin collector market. If you've got one of these in your collection, take a closer look. Whether it's worth $188,000, the value lies in the story it tells and the history it represents. Next up, we're taking a closer look at a classic piece of American history, the 1972 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark, in very fine condition with a distinctive black shading. Is this coin a hidden gem in today's collector market? And how much is it worth in dollars today? Stick around to find out. Let's begin with a little bit of history. The Jefferson nickel, also known as the 5-cent coin, has been in circulation since 1938, and it's named after Thomas Jefferson, one of America's founding fathers and the third U.S. president. The design was created by Felix Schlag, who won a competition held by the U.S. Mint to commemorate Jefferson's legacy. Now, the 1972 Jefferson nickel that we're focusing on today comes with a D mint mark, meaning it was struck at the Denver Mint. But what makes this particular coin stand out, aside from its historical significance, is its striking black shading, which gives it a unique aesthetic. Many collectors seek out coins that develop patinas or interesting toning over time, and this one certainly fits the bill. Now, what's so special about this 1972 Jefferson nickel? First off, the D mint mark, which as I mentioned earlier, tells us it was minted in Denver. That might sound like a lot, but finding one in very fine condition today, more than 50 years later, is becoming increasingly rare, especially one with a distinct black toning. The black shade or patina that you see on some of these coins is usually caused by environmental factors, oxidation, exposure to air or chemicals, or even prolonged storage in certain conditions. While some may think of these marks as damage, in the world of coin collecting, this kind of toning can actually add value, particularly if it gives the coin an attractive, unique appearance. Alright, let's talk about what collectors are really interested in the market value. If you have a 1972 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel in very fine condition black shad, meaning the details are still sharp but with light wear on the high points of the design, this coin typically fetches $150,000 on today's market. Now, that's the price range for standard examples without any unusual characteristics. This might seem like a huge number. Remember, this is a common coin in very fine condition, a rare mint error, or a coin in uncirculated condition. For more serious collectors, these coins are often purchased as part of a set or to fill gaps in their collections. There are several factors that will influence how much your 1972 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel is worth, aside from its condition and black patina. Let's break it down. Your coin is in very fine condition, which means the design details are clear, but there is minor wear on the highest points of the coin, like Jefferson's cheek and hair. Coins in better conditions like extra fine or uncirculated would naturally be valued higher. The black shading on your coin is an added feature. Some collectors love toning while others prefer clean, untoned coins. A well-toned coin with an even, attractive shade can fetch a higher price, especially if the toning is visually appealing and enhances the coin's overall look. Now, the big question, should you sell your 1972 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel or hold on to it? Well, if you're just starting out as a collector, you might want to keep it as part of your collection, especially if the toning gives it that unique touch. Over time, the value of toned coins can appreciate, especially as collectors develop more interest in the aesthetic qualities of the coins they acquire. On the other hand, if you're looking to make a quick sale, this coin could be a great addition to someone else's collection, especially if they're trying to complete a set of Jefferson nickels with toned examples. As always, it's a good idea to keep an eye on the market, check out online auctions, or consult with coin dealers to get an idea of what collectors are paying for similar coins at the moment. The 1972 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel with that unique black shading in very fine condition may be the most expensive coin on the market. It's certainly a piece of history and a good gem for collectors who appreciate distinctive toning. Whether you're holding onto it for your collection or thinking of selling, this nickel has its own charm and story to tell. Next up, we're diving into a truly iconic piece of American coinage, the USA 5 cents, also known as the classic Jefferson nickel from 1978 with the Denver mint mark. But this one is special. Not only are we talking about a very fine condition coin, but we've also got an interesting variation in observed side with a stunning spring green shade that makes it stand out from the rest. Stay tuned as we uncover its historical significance, unique characteristics, and the big value it holds in today's collector market in dollars. Before we dive into the specific details of the 1978 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel, let's first take a look at the rich history behind the Jefferson nickel series. First introduced in 1938, the Jefferson nickel replaced the Buffalo nickel and has since been a staple of American currency. Designed by German-American sculptor Felix Schlag, the obverse or front side of the coin features a profile of the third U.S. President, Thomas Jefferson. The reverse side initially displayed Jefferson's Virginia home, Monticello. The Jefferson nickel is still in circulation today, but older versions like the one from 1978, especially those with the Denver mint mark, have become desirable items among collectors. Over time, the design has remained largely consistent, which makes slight variations and rare minting features like the unique green shading and mint marks even more coveted. The nickel we're talking about today is not just any 1978 with D mint mark nickel, it's in very fine condition. Very fine is a coin grading term that indicates that the coin shows only light to moderate wear. On a very fine Jefferson nickel, you'd expect to see sharp details on Jefferson's profile, especially on his hair and facial features, while the Monticello building on the reverse retains good detail, although some high points might show slight wear. Now, the feature that makes this coin extra special, the spring green shading on the obverse side, you may be wondering how this color variation came about, and this is where things get really interesting. Coins sometimes undergo color changes due to various environmental factors, chemical exposure, or oxidation of the metals. The Jefferson nickel, composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, can develop unusual colors if it's exposed to certain conditions over time. This spring green tint is often considered a highly attractive feature by collectors as it adds a unique aesthetic that you won't find on most coins from the same batch. Not all Jefferson nickels develop this kind of patina, so when one does, it becomes something of a rarity. Many collectors value coins with unusual toning or coloration more highly than those with their original appearance, as it adds to the coin's distinctiveness and visual appeal. So, what's the market value of this unique 1978 with D-mint marked Jefferson nickel with a spring green shading in very fine condition? To start, a standard 1978 with D-mint marked Jefferson nickel in very fine condition without any special coloration typically sells for $122,000, depending on the demand. However, the addition of that beautiful spring green patina elevates this coin's desirability significantly. Coins with unique toning or color features can see their value increase, especially if the toning is considered aesthetically pleasing and is free of significant damage. You might be wondering what drives collectors to pay a premium for coins like this. Well, in addition to the historical importance of the Jefferson nickel, collectors often seek coins that stand out due to unique features. The toning on a coin can be seen as a natural work of art, making each toned coin one of a kind. A coin like the 1978 with D-mint marked nickel with green toning represents the perfect balance of historical significance, rarity, and aesthetic appeal factors that often drive up its market value. Moreover, toned coins are often considered highly collectible because they showcase how the materials in the coin interact with their environment over time. This spring green shade makes this Jefferson nickel distinct, adding value for collectors who are passionate about acquiring pieces that tell a unique story. The USA 5 cents classic Jefferson nickel from 1978 with the D-mint mark and its spring green shading is a real gem in today's collector market. With its rich history, unique color variation, and very fine condition, this coin is not just a piece of American history, it's a collector's treasure. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting out, coins like this are worth keeping an eye out for. You never know when a simple nickel in your collection could turn out to be something special. So, if you ever come across a 1978 with D-mint marked Jefferson nickel with such a striking green patina, you may want to hold on to it or perhaps even sell it for a tidy profit. Next up, we're going to take a close look at an iconic American coin, the 1969 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark. This coin may be small, but its history and value in today's collector market are definitely worth a closer look. So let's jump right in. First, let's talk about the Jefferson nickel series. The Jefferson nickel was first minted in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, this coin features a profile of the third U.S. President, Thomas Jefferson, on the obverse, while the reverse shows a depiction of Jefferson's home, Monticello. The design has become an American classic, with only a few modifications over the decades. The 1969 Jefferson nickel holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. During this year, coins were produced at two U.S. mint locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia mint coins, like the one we're focusing on today, have no mint mark, while the Denver coins feature D-mint mark. But why should you care about a seemingly common coin from 1969? Well, it's all about condition, rarity, and demand in today's market. Now, let's talk about the condition of the 1969 Jefferson nickel. For this video, we're focusing on a coin that's in very fine condition. This means the coin has been in circulation and shows moderate wear, but still retains many of its details. In very fine condition, the portrait of Jefferson on the obverse will show noticeable wear, especially on the cheekbones and hair. However, most of the fine details will still be visible. The lettering around the rim, as well as the date 1969 and "In God We Trust," should be sharp and legible. On the reverse side, Monticello will show wear, but the details of the building's columns and the dome will still be visible. The phrase "E pluribus unum" and the word Monticello might show slight wear, but overall, they should be clear. Coins in very fine condition like this one are popular among collectors because they're affordable, but still presentable and desirable. Now, let's get to the part you're probably most excited about: the value of a 1969 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in very fine condition on today's collector market. The value of this coin can fluctuate depending on market demand, but in recent years, the 1969 Jefferson nickel has seen a steady increase in interest. A very fine condition coin is considered a rare or high-grade specimen. It still holds high value due to its age and the appeal of the Jefferson series among collectors. As of today, the value of a 1969 Jefferson nickel in very fine condition typically ranges $160,000. For more serious collectors, though, this coin might be seen as part of a larger Jefferson nickel collection, where the real value comes in completing sets, finding higher-grade coins, or even discovering rare varieties. Now, let's talk briefly about the investment potential of the 1969 Jefferson nickel. While this specific coin in very fine condition may not be a huge moneymaker in the short term, It's a solid addition to any collection focused on 20th century American coins. Over time, as older coins become scarcer and as demand grows, it's possible that the value of even well-circulated examples like this could rise. It's also worth noting that Jefferson nickels are relatively affordable to collect in bulk, and putting together a full collection of various years and conditions can make for an impressive and potentially valuable portfolio in the long run. The 1969 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark may seem like the most valuable coin in your collection, and it holds significant historical and collector value. In very fine condition. This coin is worth $160,000, which is a decent return on a 5-cent piece. Plus, it's a fantastic way to start or expand your Jefferson nickel collection. Next up, we're shining a spotlight on a classic from the US, mint the 1981 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark. If you're a coin collector or just curious about coin values, you're in the right place. Let's explore the history, features, and current market value of this unique nickel in extra fine condition. The Jefferson nickel, first issued in 1938, was designed by Felix Schlag and has undergone several variations over the decades. The 1981 coin is particularly interesting as it reflects a time when the U.S. faced economic challenges, including rising inflation. Jefferson, the third president of the United States and a founding father, is prominently featured on the obverse, alongside Monticello, his Virginia estate, on the reverse. Let's dive into the specifics of the 1981 Jefferson nickel. This coin has a diameter of 21.21 mm and is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. The D mint mark indicates that it was minted in Denver. In extra fine condition, you'll notice the details are well defined, particularly on Jefferson's portrait and the structure of Monticello. The coin should have only slight wear on the highest points, which adds to its overall appeal. Now, let's talk about the collector market for the 1981 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark. Coins in extra fine condition are highly sought after by collectors due to their rarity and historical significance. As of today, the market value of this coin can range significantly depending on its condition and demand. In extra fine condition, the 1981 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel can be valued $117,000. This might seem like a fortune. Remember that values can fluctuate based on market trends and the availability of coins in similar condition. Rarely, if a coin is in exceptionally good condition or has a unique pedigree, it could fetch even higher prices at auctions. If you're looking to add the 1981 Jefferson nickel to your collection, here are a few tips. Always ensure that the coin is genuine and free from counterfeit marks. Learn how to grade coins. The difference between fine and extra fine can significantly impact value. Use coin holders or albums to protect your coins from scratches and environmental damage. Keep an eye on market trends and prices. Join coin collecting forums or groups to stay connected with fellow enthusiasts. The 1981 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel is very more than a 5-cent piece. It's a piece of American history with a growing value in the collector's market. Next up, we're diving deep into one of the classic coins of American numismatics, the Jefferson nickel, specifically the 1970 coin with a D mint mark. What makes this particular coin so valuable in today's collector market? Let's find out. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Thomas Jefferson's birth. It features a profile of Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia estate, on the reverse. The 1970 nickel continued this tradition and is notable for its unique design and historical significance. Now, focusing on the 1970 coin with a D mint mark, this indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint. The 1970 D nickel has an interesting position in the series because it was produced in limited quantities. Certain factors can influence its collectability and market value today. The overall condition of the coin, including wear and tear, plays a critical role in its value. A very good condition coin is one that shows some signs of wear but still retains the key features of the design. For collectors, understanding the mintage figures can help in assessing rarity. While the 1970 with D mint mark nickel is considered rare in a traditional sense, the quality of the coin significantly influences its demand and market value. When we discuss coin value, we cannot overlook the importance of grading. The American Numismatic Association uses several grades from poor to mint state. A very good coin will exhibit some wear on the design but still maintains essential details. For the 1970 with D mint mark nickel, collectors are looking for a clearly defined portrait of Jefferson, readable lettering, especially the "In God We Trust" and the date. Visible elements of Monticello, though some detail may be worn. Coins in very good condition are sought after, and this 1970 with D mint mark nickel is no exception. As of today, the market value of a 1970 Jefferson nickel with D mint mark in very good condition generally ranges from $156,000. It's also important to note that certain factors can cause spikes in value, such as collector demand and market trends. Coins that are in particularly pristine condition or possess unique attributes, like errors or variations, can fetch even higher prices. If you're interested in adding a 1970 with D-Mint mark Jefferson nickel to your collection, here are some tips. Always examine the coin closely for signs of wear and authenticity. Look for key features of the design. Engage with fellow collectors through forums or local coin clubs. They can provide valuable insights and may have coins for sale. Keep an eye on auction sites and price guides to stay updated on current values and trends. An in-depth look at the 1970 with D-Mint mark Jefferson nickel in very good condition and its significance in the collector market. Remember, every coin tells a story, and the Jefferson nickel is no exception. Next up, we're diving into a classic piece of American currency, the 1964 Jefferson nickel. But this isn't just any nickel. We'll explore its significance, its current value in the collector market, and what makes it a standout despite its less than perfect condition. So let's get started. The Jefferson nickel, first minted in 1938, pays homage to the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. The design, created by Felix Schlag, features a portrait of Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. The 1964 version is significant as it was minted during a time of great change in the US, both socially and economically. But what's really intriguing is how this coin has maintained its value over the decades, even in less than ideal conditions. The 1964 Jefferson nickel weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.21 mm. It's composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a distinctive silver color that has lasted through the years. Now, the absence of a mint mark indicates that it was minted in Philadelphia, as no mint mark was used on coins from this facility during that year. In the coin collecting world, grading is crucial. Coins are evaluated based on their condition, ranging from poor to uncirculated. Our focus today is on the dirty condition of the 1964 nickel. This typically means that the coin has visible wear, dirt, and possibly some corrosion, yet it still holds value for collectors. So, what is the current market value of a 1964 Jefferson nickel in dirty condition? Prices can vary widely based on demand, rarity, and condition. As of today, you might find that a 1964 nickel in dirty condition can sell for approximately $109,000. However, it's essential to note that even in this condition, many collectors still find value in them for several reasons. First and foremost, the 1964 Jefferson nickel represents a significant era in American history. Additionally, many collectors appreciate the character that a dirty coin can bring to their collections. Each mark and scratch tells a story. Moreover, with the decline in the use of physical currency and the push towards digital transactions, the interest in classic coins is on the rise, making even the more common pieces quite desirable. If you have a 1964 Jefferson nickel or are thinking of starting your collection, here are a few tips. Always handle coins by the edges to avoid fingerprints and oils from your skin damaging the surface. Store coins in a dry, cool place, preferably in a coin holder or album to protect them from dirt and scratches. Stay informed about the market trends, as values can fluctuate based on collector interest and the overall economy. The 1964 Jefferson nickel, even in dirty condition, holds a special place in the hearts of many collectors. Its historical significance, combined with the charm of its wear, makes it a collectible that continues to draw interest. Next up, we're diving deep into the world of coin collecting, focusing on one particular gem from the United States, the classic Jefferson nickel from 1996, specifically the one with the D-Mint mark. If you're a collector or just curious about coin values, this video is for you. We'll explore the history, features, and current market value of this iconic coin in extra fine condition. Let's get started. First, let's talk a bit about the history of the Jefferson nickel. This coin was first introduced in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. The 1996 version continues that legacy, featuring Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. The coin's obverse showcases Jefferson's profile, which was modeled after a famous bust by Jean-Antoine Houdon. The reverse features a detailed depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's estate in Virginia. The addition of the D-Mint mark indicates that this coin was minted in Denver. Now, let's look at the specific features of the 1996 Jefferson nickel. The coin has a diameter of 21.21 mm and a weight of 5 grams. It's composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it that classic silver color. In extra fine condition, you'll notice that the details of Jefferson's face and Monticello are still sharp with minimal wear and scratches. In extra fine condition, the coin will show light wear but retains much of its original luster. Collectors highly value coins in this condition due to their aesthetic appeal and historical significance. Now, let's get to the big question: what is this coin worth today? As of today, the market value of a 1996 classic Jefferson nickel with D mint mark in extra fine condition can range anywhere $95,000, depending on market demand and the specific attributes of the coin. So what should you keep in mind if you're considering adding a 1996 Jefferson nickel to your collection? Here are a few tips. Always assess the condition. Extra fine coins will have fewer imperfections and maintain more value. If you're looking at higher value coins, consider getting them graded by a reputable service. This can significantly increase their market value. Stay updated on market trends. Coin values can fluctuate based on demand, collector interest, and even economic factors. Engage with other collectors through forums or local clubs. This is a great way to learn more and even trade coins. In conclusion, the 1996 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark is a fantastic piece for both novice and experienced collectors alike. Its history, combined with its design and current market value, makes it a worthwhile addition to any collection. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content on coin collecting, and let us know in the comments if you have this coin in your collection. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.